Hey guys, welcome back to another update of my Canadian investing portfolio series. In this video, my stock value is sitting around $74,553. I've got $200 in cash to spend, and I want to buy some more dividend-paying stocks to increase my passive income from dividends, which currently is sitting around $3,293, actually almost $2,904, whatever that is. And yeah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna buy some stocks right now while I'm recording, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna take a look at how much this number increases after I spend about $200 on more dividend-paying stocks. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. I'll take a look here in the portfolio tab. This is where I usually like to come when I'm kind of shopping around. I always check what's going on in here every time. And I also check what's going on inside my broker. I like to look at like the last 24 hour or this trading day, like what's gone up and what's gone down. And I also like to come in here to get a kind of more holistic view of each position compared to the other ones, so I can really understand what's going on, like which are my biggest winners, for example, which are my biggest holdings. Or also sometimes I like sorting things like, which ones have the biggest yield or yield on cost, and really kind of get the hang of what's going on here. And it's cool to see that a lot of my stocks right now are yielding over 6%. That's crazy. Smart Centers is 6.5. That's insane. I might pick those guys up next week if that holds up. Yeah, so anyways, I was in here and I have been looking around. If we actually go to my percent of holdings, but the biggest ones at the top, and then scroll down to the bottom, you're going to notice that a couple of my banks are down here. Toronto TD Bank, Bank of Montreal, and Bank of Nova Scotia. These are all pretty small positions of mine. And being that TD is the smallest bank position of mine, and actually like the, fourth smallest position in my entire account, I actually want to add more to it today. Even though it's not in the red, I think that's fine, because if we come in here and take a look at the extra spark lines, and I think we're going to have to scroll all the way down to the bottom, wherever this is, and take a look here at TD. Despite being like still up 10% on my holdings, that just means that I just bought them earlier on than some of my other stocks, like bought down in this region. But they are kind of suffering this pretty big decline in the last little while, so I still want to pick up some of those while they are down relative to their all-time high. And if we jump back into the portfolio tab and cruise around here a little more, we're going to find TELUS up here near the top. TELUS is another one that is also I'm in the green with, but if you take a look again at their all-time, or the Sparkline, we can actually go into the Sparkline tab as well, just an alternative way instead of looking at all of them together. But you can see here that in the last 5 years, we have this really rapid decline in the last little bit, like pretty much all stocks have that. And if we look at the max, TELUS is just a really, really nice growth stock in my opinion. In the last several years, they just go up and up and up and up, and just have dropped off like quite a lot compared to what they normally do. So I think this is a good point for me to buy in just a few more. I have around 100 shares, and I'll probably add like 3 today. So nothing too drastic, but just kind of like sneak in a few more while I can, while they are down from their usual trajectory. And then if there's any money left over in the account after I buy those, which I think I should have a few dollars, I'll probably throw it into one of my cheap stocks. Let's go sort this by dividend yield. Put these at the top. Probably like PMZ or something like that, where they're like relatively cheap, so they're easy to buy. Actually, Northwest Health is pretty good too, but I'm down quite far from my average price on PMZ. They both yield basically almost the same, and so I might actually drop 1 or 2 shares into these guys if I have cash left over. So let's jump into Wealthsimple Trade and go and buy some of these stocks. So the first one that we're looking for is TD on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Yep. So we're just going to go ahead and pick up one of these and drop that into the tax-free savings account. Yep, that's exactly what we want. And we're going to confirm that order. Nice. And the next one that we want to pick up was TELUS. So TELUS here, and I'm going to buy a couple of these. I think, nice, they're down 0.5% today. That's good for me, buying them today compared to buying yesterday, for example. So let's drop in about 3 shares of TELUS and confirm that order. Nice. And then with the last remaining bit of cash here, let's go and pick up some of PMZ.U, not PLZ, PMZ.UN. Yep. And how many do I have? I can probably get like 2 Yeah, it's gonna be 2 of these guys, and we're gonna go confirm that order. Okie dokie. So now what I want to do is I just want to check the actual price that I paid for these in my activity tab. For example, with PMZ, it actually went through at $12.92 for 2 shares. And I want to bring in these exact numbers, the quantity and unit price, into the Google Sheet. And I'm going to be dropping these into the transactions tab here. So let's scroll all the way down to the bottom, give yourself some space to work, and I'll just drop these in the order that I bought them. So we had TD, we had TELUS, and we had PMZ.UN. It was the 22nd today. And about 1 share of TD at a price of 81.61. Picked up 3 from TELUS, and they were each 28.68 is what I actually paid. And then for PMZ.UN, that was 2 at a price of 12.92, as we just saw. Now, I didn't pay any trading fees, and the currency was all in Canadian dollars, so I'm going to drag that down. And you're going to see here that these automatically calculate. And it's good to double check in Wealthsimple that these are exactly what we expect. That shows that I have put this all in correctly, and also that the names match up and everything is looking good. So the last thing to do is just swing back over to the summary tab and take a look here at the annual dividend income. And at the beginning of the video, this was sitting around $3,293, and now we're sitting at $3,303. So that's an increase of about $10 per year in totally passive income, just from buying about $200 worth of shares that pay dividends. So that is how this number keeps increasing, just by buying more and more shares. And then this number also increases as the companies decide to pay more per share, as most of these companies will do over time as they kind of grow and just give more money to their shareholders, which is awesome. And yeah, guys, that's how we really snowball and get that compounding effect of dividend growth investing. So if you watched the whole video, thank you very much. If you're into dividend investing, drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you are buying this week and how your overall portfolio has been doing lately. So guys, thanks a lot. I'll see you down in the comments and in the next video.